come up with a flip chart, sorry, I'll have to move this over, of possible 8 issues and ideas that came along with our projects, ideas. And a lot of them had to do with capacity and issue around information gathering. Where do you find out about these funding rounds? How do you partner up? And who's delivering the funding currently? And who's delivering information gathering or technical assistance and infrastructure? The first project we came up with was under employment and looking at the local councils identifying unemployed people, a 6-week community work scheme funded project by the Structural Fund, possibly ESF, 75% of minimum wage after 6 months and then move into employment. Then another social inclusion project, quite interesting, working with integration of third country nationals and Maltese nationals of young people working together in integration. Local council there was a capacity building request or infrastructure request for local councils for a program worker, so each local council will have a dedicated worker for European structural funds. And then community work scheme incentivized projects across.
Indeed, I participated in the last workshop, but if I could, I would like to participate in all the 4 parts. That was unfortunately impossible. What probably came out as a common point from all the workshops was the issue of funding, and as we discussed this morning, the funding for the EU budget is being decided right now. If everything goes fine by the end of the weekend, all member states will know more or less how much money they will receive in the next programming period. But actually the real work will start next year when the member states will be agreeing with the European Commission on so-called partnership agreements. And this is important that all stakeholders, all local regional authorities, all NGOs, actually before their respective national governments talk to the European Commission, sign the partnership agreements, they represent ideas that were presented, for example, throughout the day. Because what we know...
And I take a point from something my colleague there has just said about funding not being what it was. And as you know, as we are here, while we are here, the European budget is being discussed at the moment in Brussels. It's not an easy discussion. It's not an easy debate. The negotiations have been very tough, and the indications are that there is no way that funds will be what they were. But when we talk about funds, we tend to refer to them mistakenly as European Union funds. They are not European Union funds. They are funds which are forked out by member states, channeled into European Union policies, and sent back to the member states.